Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we're doing a ritual for a particular client. If you are needing a consultation or a reading or a spell, please contact me below or email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com or Facebook Margourtarotreader or Margourtarotreader on Facebook. Now, this ritual, please understand that this is just a very small portion of my ritual, and I have to explain that because a lot of people intend to want to do what I do, or they go in different videos and whatnot trying to portray something. And please understand, this is not a game. This is you're manifesting energies that should not be played with. It's critical to know what it is you're doing, how to do it, and when to do it, and whatnot. So if you happen to be in my channel and you're new, well, thank you, welcome. Take your time, look through all the videos and see in similar ways how I work, okay? How I conduct my rituals, my work, my readings and whatnot. If you happen to be in my channel, it is because you're being guided by your spirit guides and the universe, so I am able to help you or find a way through your path of what it is that you're needing at this time. For those that are, for my clients, again, as usual, I love you. I love you. Thank you for your business. Thank you for the community of spiritual bond that we all have together here. And and as always, you already know that I am here for the best interest of you, of your spiritual path as well. Now, having said that, prior to the recording, I always emphasize and I was going to say inject for some reason, focus in the energy of my clients. Behind the scenes, I call on to the universe, to the spirit guides with their personal information, because my clients remain private at all times, whether it's a reading or a ritual. It is to my highest respect for their privacy. I have clients from the high ends and to the low ends, and they all get respect in the same level, in the same quantity, okay? So, and also prior to the recording, sometimes depending on the ritual and spell, I have to dedicate, I pamper the energies, I work very diligently with the energies, and so therefore sometimes it takes days, hours, and weeks sometimes, depending on the ritual itself. This in particularly, we have here something that we worked on, and here it's another for the ritual. This is for literally to have constant argument and fights and whatnot, you name it, completely hatred among that person, that couple, or whatever it is that we're working on, okay? If you're needing a ritual or spell, you have to have a reading done prior to the recording, because I need to see the energies, whether I can put that petition into the universe to be accepted or not accepted, okay? Yes, there are clients that get declined when it comes to the reading, not to the readings, but to the rituals, because it's just not there, the energies are not there. So normally I am your last resource when you come to me for rituals or spells, because if I'm not able to get that person, it is for your best highest interest to not continue further on. It is probably because you either done damage good already to that person, to that spirit, or to yourself, or you'll hinder the situation more. So keep that in mind, be aware of that, okay? It's very focused. So I had something else to say. Well, also know that if you make payments or non-refundable at all times, including donations, which I thank you so very much for your donations and your gifts that you send me. I love them all to pieces. But you have to have that trust mutually to work with one another in any kind of relationship. And that is what I expect from my client at always. It is very, very highly that I need to know where I stand with the client, and you are being tested, not by me, but by the guides. You do not hurt me by saying negative things or doing negative things. You are hurting the guys that are working between you and I, and they are the ones that take care of everything, believe me. So you get all kinds of people in this world, so be aware of that, okay? The thing about me is that I work very differently, slightly different from few, but very, very different from all. And you get what you pay for, period. Sometimes even more, believe me. And I don't just say, I don't promise you dates and whatever, you know, for the rituals to start working, because that's just not how I do. I don't tell my guides in the universe, my spirits, I need it by now. No, there's a certain way to put such petitions out there to the universe, okay? They tell me what direction to go, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and you name it, okay? So it goes the same way from them to me to you, okay? So now, I've already started on this. I have added a number of things that I add they're homemade and whatnot. When I do rituals, it's precise to the T, every little detail, including on choosing the bell pepper that I use here. You know, for this, I go to the market, you know, the day that I do the rituals, the day that I need my stuff, because everything has to have its meanings, its purpose. Like when I give you directions, tell you the steps to do, it has its purpose, it has its meaning. You have to follow the steps. If not, you're throwing everything away. You're throwing my time, my harmony, my spirit guides, and what you name it. And then your hard money, okay? And then sometimes you also have to redo the rituals just because of that. So be aware. And so, you know, like, for example, this, I go into the market early in the morning, and then I look, and then I let the spirits guide me to what it is. Yes, there's hundreds of bell peppers in there, but I am guided directly to pick the one that it needs to be for such thing. That goes for the candles, for you name it. It's precise the way I do. And I'm sure there are copycats out there, but it is to each his own, right? Okay. So we're going to do this. It's just a slight of what I'm doing, but as usual, I will do other things behind the scenes as well, okay? And then when it's ready, the client will know. Of course, the client will get a preview of this video as well, and sometimes they get pictures and whatnot. Sometimes they get to observe to a percentage of the ritual, including, because there are rituals that I do need them at the same time. So look at my videos if you're new, you'll know what I mean. Okay, thank you, angels. Te doy las gracias por hacerlo. I don't waste nothing in my rituals. Everything gets used here when I do my rituals, including when I have to cut pictures and whatnot. Everything gets used here. It doesn't go to waste at all. Nothing. Everything has its purpose in this lifetime, okay? And yes, before I do, some people may not like this, but before I do this, I have to see the reason why we have to separate these people. Sometimes it's time to close that karma. Sometimes people are just very neglectful to do so and scared to do so. So we push toward it, sometimes in a very particular way, right? Thank you, angels. Beautiful. Now, let's see here. Of course, the pictures of the clients are upside down because, again, the client's privacy, it's very, very important. Okay. See if it comes back on. Thank you, angels of the universe and the heavens. Thank you, appreciate it. Let me see where I'm at with the picture. Yep. Gracias. Okay. Thank the universe and the heavens for aligning this. Lord have mercy. I just got a cinch of the chili in my eye. Gracias. Okay. Ok, vamos a ver acá. Let's see here. We'll make it fit. It always is a hassle, and sometimes it's just basically showing the energy of resistance here from one or the other person, or even both sometimes, but that's okay. See, voila, beautiful, right? Thank you for allowing. The Prime Investor in me and the angels in the hands of God. What is being done today, ritualized, shall not or will not be undone. Thank you for your notice and things of the heaven. Love that sound. Yes, thank you. There you go. Okay, so that looks beautiful. We bend and we conquer. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you to the universe and things of heaven and earth. For the power invested in me. What is being done shall not be broken. It is therefore stands. Okay. So of course I have other things to do behind the scenes, and I want to thank all of you for taking the time to watch. And of course, if you're needing any kind of help with me with the rituals or reading, email me, Margourtarotreader@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you so very much. Love and light to all of you. And as always, if you're here, it is because it's time for you to start doing something that you needed. Stop hesitating. Because let me say, for example, if you're in a third party, you take in and you take in and you give the best of you to that third party. Because they're married, let's say, for example, and so therefore the mistress always puts up, whether it's a male or female, always puts up with what the other person that is married says, because you feel that you have obligation to be devoted, dedicated, and whatnot to that person, and you keep it silent and whatnot. Well, eventually, guess who loses? Sometimes it is you, the mistress, the third party, and sometimes you lose, and you lose more than what you ever thought you could. And for those reasons, sometimes we have to do a little bit of, slap in the because they need to teach. They need to be taught a lesson sometimes. I don't care who's saying what, but again, each circumstances, it's different, right, to all. But in this case, the client is in love. They're both in love. The client and the other person that is married, they're both in love with each other, but they're not willing to let go of their material possessions and whatnot. So this is one of the ways that we push that, okay? Because sometimes when you come into this world, you make a contract that you have to be with someone, that that you're connected with spiritually. Yet when you enter into this lifetime in this earthly world, you don't want it, or you decide not to, because simply you are attached to the material possessions. You're attached to your gold. You're attached to your money. You're attached to your properties and whatnot. And you forget about the purpose in this life, about the lessons that you're supposed to learn and teach. You forget that you are supposed to come here to bond with certain spirits, certain guys, and to bond spiritually with someone that loves you and tenders to your needs and whatnot. So there is always a push for all kinds of rituals and spells, is what I'm trying to say. And, you know, obviously someone out there is watching that it's new and it's in a third-party relationship. Well, there are numbers of rituals here. I do all kinds of rituals, so it is what it is. If you trust and have faith in what I do, then you will be successful, period. Because I trust my guides, my spirit, my universe, to do what I do. And I always give the very best to them and then to me. And I expect the same from the client, okay? So be aware of that. Keep that in mind, okay? Love and light. Thank you.